I'm live on YouTube. Thank you so much for all of you guys who are either going to tune in live on this video or if you're watching the replay of the live feed. Thank you for watching. I just wanted to make a quick video. I'm not going to try not to drag this on too much or for too long. But is something that's been bothering me for a while, but just recently has become like a pretty big problem. I mean, it hasn't become a big problem. It's been a big problem. But I've noticed at least 3 individuals whose names will not be named have told me or made posts, and then we ended up going into a discussion privately on PMs that they didn't love Magic anymore and they were stressed out about it and they didn't have any passion for it anymore. And the main reason was because someone that they looked up to basically told them that they suck, that they should quit Magic, they should take all their videos down, they're never going to get any better, and like shaming them for how they look, and like you're too fat to be a magician, and just like stupid shit like this. So I want to break this down into like 2 parts. Okay, the first part is basically posting on Facebook saying, hey guys, like, let's not be assholes to people. Like, let's chill out a little bit. If you notice that someone is doing something wrong, that's okay. Just like give them some critique and let them know that what they're doing is wrong and how to fix it and stuff without being a dick about it. And a lot of people, including people like that I even look up to on, you know, in the Magic community, essentially came back with, you're too soft, and that's the problem with you millennials. Like, it literally turned into a fucking boomers versus millennials thing. You millennials are all too soft, and back in my day, you know, my mentors gave me, you know, the honest truth, and now look at me like I'm like the best magician ever, and blah blah blah. And so here's my response to that part. Are there people who are too soft and you try to give them constructive feedback and they just blow up at you and they go, you don't know what you're talking about, and you know, my past was perfect and you're just being a hater and whatever? Yes, those people do exist. Those are not the people I'm talking about, though. I'm not talking about the people that think that their shit don't stink, that are like new blood, just got into Magic, and they're doing their, you know, Charlier cuts and their, you know, cardistry stuff and thinking that they're the best ever, and then you try to give them feedback and they blow up at you. Those are not the people that I'm talking about. Do those people exist? Yeah, they exist. Are there younger guys that give the older guys a hard time? And for the purposes of this video, anytime I say younger or older, I'm not talking about age necessarily. I'm talking about older or younger in Magic. Like someone that's younger in Magic hasn't been doing Magic that long. Someone that's older in Magic has been doing Magic for a while, like for example. So are there younger guys that come in thinking that they're the best and telling older guys that they're wrong or that they don't want to hear what they have to say or whatever? Yes, that does happen. What I'm talking about specifically are the younger magicians who are doing their best to be good performers. Maybe they're asking for feedback, maybe they're not asking for feedback. Maybe they posted a video on the magicians groups on Facebook. Maybe they posted a video on their private social media, like whether it be Instagram or TikTok or their Facebook profile or whatever, right? And then magicians, and I'm gonna say older magicians, but what I mean specifically are magicians that have been in Magic for a really long time, that I would say are big names in the industry. I'm gonna put that in quotation marks, because we all have fake fame, I think. Like even the most famous magicians, like if they go to McDonald's, the guy behind the register is gonna be like, next, and they're not gonna know who the hell you are. So it's fake fame. Unless you're like Shin Lim or someone that's like major exposure to like the public, like on America's Got Talent or something. you're not as cool as you think you are if you're like a big name in Magic. So the problem is those people are seeing these younger guys who are trying and essentially stomping on them, telling them that they're terrible, telling them that they're not going to amount to anything, that they need to give up on Magic because Magic just isn't for them, and whatever, right? So this is the first part. The second part are the older magicians who are giving honest feedback and how to critique people, right? Am I saying you should sugarcoat everything and bubble wrap the younger magicians so that they never get any criticism, or that you never can tell them that they did something wrong, and that you have to tell them that their tricks look amazing even if it looks like shit? Am I saying that? No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that there are two different ways to give criticisms: constructively or negatively. Constructive criticism means that you're telling them they did something wrong, but you're also coaching them through how to fix it, how to improve. Dude, your pass looks like shit, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to make it look better, is fine in my opinion. If you want to give constructive feedback like that, like a name that I like to throw around for someone that's got a no bullshit approach is Xavier Spade. I love Xavier. He's a friend of mine, and he has told me to my face, dude, you're fucking up. Like, he's told me that. And I don't get offended because I know it's coming from a good place. I know he's telling me, dude, you're fucking up, but he wants to see me grow. He wants to see me improve. So not only is he going to tell me that, he's also going to give me some advice, ways to improve myself, how to fix it. Mike, you're digging yourself into a hole. You're doing this and this and this wrong. You need to cut that shit out. Stop making political posts on Facebook or whatever the stupid shit is that I'm doing. He tells me I need to cut that shit out, and then he tells me ways to fix it. So that's constructive feedback, right? And I'm not saying you have to sugarcoat it. Like 99% of the negative reactions to my thing were saying that I was saying that we need to sugarcoat everything and bubble wrap everybody, and I'm not saying that. In fact, I'm against that. I don't think you should tell someone that their stuff looks amazing if it looks terrible, because now you're going to set them up with a false sense of security, and they're going to go out into the world, and the world isn't going to be kind to them. Their friends or their spectators or strangers on the street or whoever's watching their shows are going to heckle them and give them a hard time because they're not very good, and they're going to get called out on it while they're performing. So I don't think we should bubble wrap them or coddle them. But at the same time, we need to give them constructive feedback. Okay? Now, let's talk about destructive feedback, negative criticism, right? Negative criticism is criticizing someone for the sole intention of pointing out that they're terrible and that you're better than them. So let's just say I posted a coin vanish video and I flashed the retention and you can see me lap the coin. Let's just say that's what it was that I did, right? So if I wanted to give someone negative feedback, constructive criticisms, one thing that I would do is tell them, dude, you flashed, that shit looks stupid, take that video down, you're ugly, you should quit Magic, you know, the next David Blaine, but you're not, you're never gonna be as good as David Blaine. Like, I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that there's two ways you could give feedback. Constructive feedback, give feedback. Do your best to give constructive feedback and tell them how to fix it, how to make it better, offer your time. So I will answer, I think I had a comment. Oh, I pulled my comments. Let's see here. Wow, I can do like cruise and stuff. Like you can tell I never do. Let's David Smith. Oh, here we go. Okay. David Smith says he's new to my channel. Are you a fan of packet tricks? So, David, I'll get to your question in just a moment. I just want to finish this point, and then I'll answer a couple of questions. But, so, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything. Okay, don't troll people. Don't tell people they suck. Don't, whatever. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna police you. I mean, if you want to do that, then I guess do what you want to do. But you're an asshole if you do that. And if I call you an asshole, I don't want to hear your little snowflake ass getting offended. Because if you're going to be a dick to people, especially if you're someone that's like very well known in the community and you have fame and like all of your fake fame like went to your head because like a lot of magicians know who you are and look up to you because you're really talented. If you let that go to your head, and that means that you can treat the younger magicians like shit because they're not at the level that you're at yet, flat out, that makes you an asshole, and I don't have any respect for you. You're allowed to be an asshole. It's a free country. I mean, even if you're not in the United States, I'm pretty sure you're living in a free country if you're on Facebook trolling people. So that's my piece. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you think I'm being too millennial-ish? And do you think I'm being too soft? Do you think that, you know, people should be allowed to just be assholes to people and maybe I should toughen up? If that's what you think, let me know. Do you think I'm right? Do you think that there are a lot of assholes in the magic community? There's a lot of good in the community too. I don't want to only say that there's only ever trolling. There are a lot of really positive influences on social media where, you know, people can post videos and they're gonna get good feedback, right? They're gonna get constructive and positive criticisms. They're gonna become better magicians as a result of it. I'm not saying that that doesn't happen. That definitely happens. But what I am saying is that there was too much, I don't know, too much people just being mean to each other for no reason. But anyways, I'm going to digress from this. Whoop, that's like my thumb, like right in your face. Let's see, how did I pull that? There it is. Okay, cool. All right, David Smith, new to my channel, and he has a question for me, David Smith. Am I a fan of packet tricks? I am. I do like packet tricks. I don't perform them too often. Usually my set consists of a lot of magic that doesn't involve playing cards. So like sponge balls, linking rings, I do extreme burn, like money magic, a little bit of mental magic. I hesitate to call myself mentalist because I'm not, but I do mentalism or mental magic if you prefer, things like that. And then the tricks that I usually do with a deck of cards involve the entire deck, but I do have some effects that I perform that I guess you would consider packet tricks that only involve a few cards at a time. One of the first effects I ever learned was 2-card Monty, the version that like David Blaine does. And so there's a few people in here. So Frankie Magic, hey, what's up, man? I've been doing good. Been living the dream. Been doing a lot of shows, a lot of bookings lately. I actually start my residency at the local casino, the San Manuel Casino here in San Bernardino. I'm going to be doing 3 shows a month up there starting in December. So I'm looking forward to that. And December is already getting packed with a lot of bookings and things. And so been keeping myself busy. Wife is graduating school this year, so that's let's see here. Oh, that's very kind of you, buddy. David, if you have not seen those linking rings, you need to check it out. Thank you so much. I can't take credit for the rings. It's Matthew Garrett's routine. I just fell in love with it, so I got good at it. If you do something over and over again, you'll get good at it. David asks if you still get nervous when you're performing. Is that normal? Yeah, honestly, I do. I'm going to be nervous before I walk into this event right now. Partly the reason why I'm doing this video is to get some of the nerves out with like all the drama that's been going on and stuff. But I found that if I go into the restroom, wash my hands, kind of wash my face a little bit, look at myself in the mirror and tell myself like this is going to be a good event, and kind of psych myself in, not psych myself out, but psych myself in, saying that it's going to be a good event, and then I go do the event. Once I'm inside and I'm about to start doing magic, I just look for the nearest group that's to me, I approach them, I introduce myself, and I just start doing magic like right away. The reason for that is I like to call it like the diving board effect. If you haven't seen my Discourse and Magic podcast, I highly suggest you do so, because I do talk about that in the podcast a little bit, as well as my journey starting from, you know, brand new, never really done magic, to where I'm at now. So just a little shout out there. Discourse and Magic, you can Google it. And diving board effect, whereas like if you're getting into a pool and you know the water is going to be cold, you kind of just dip your toe in, and then your foot, and then your other toe, and then your other foot, and 20-30 minutes later, finally you're getting into the pool, and maybe you end up psyching yourself out because it's too cold, so you get out. The diving board effect is where you walk up to the diving board and you literally just dive in head first. Maybe you're cold for a few minutes, but then you get used to the water, and then you're fine, and you're going to have fun in the pool for the rest of the night. That's kind of my approach to magic when it comes to doing, especially like strolling, but it could be for shows and busking and street magic or whatever you want. Once you get that first group, and you kind of get the nervousness of approaching people out. Thank you so much. It looks like a few of you guys were in here in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, but please feel free to go ahead and continue this discussion on this video. If you haven't already, please feel free to go ahead and find me on the social medias. You can reach out. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm considering getting a TikTok account just because everyone's been telling me I should, and the only reason I've been putting it off is because I've been so busy. I really haven't just made the account. Gary V is like breathing down my throat telling me to do it, so I'm going to go do that. And a few of my other fellow magicians have exploded on TikTok, so I'm definitely going to look into that, and I recommend you guys do it too if you haven't done that already. But anyways, be kind to each other. I love you guys, and I will catch you all next time with some more advice for magicians, and maybe updates on what's going on in the world of O'Brien magic. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Thanks for joining.